Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Friday, March 14th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to start with this weekly chart, and this really sort of underscores the big picture, both upside and downside. Now, we did test that targeted 107.78. It had been an objective for some weeks following the testing, basically, of the 138.30 channel top, as you may recall. It was a slightly different structure at the time, but that is a good simulation of what happened. We tested the upper 130s, fell back to the targeted 107.78. We've definitely tested that 107.78 6 to 9 month channel bottom over the last couple of weeks. It's held pretty well, and as long as we close today above 107.78, I see 138.30 as a likely 3 to 5 week upside objective. So you may have been bottom picking 107.78 over the last week or two, and if so, great. You're in good shape for expecting the upper 130s over the next 3 to 5 weeks. I'm going to work my way up now on the daily chart. We did have the settlement a couple of days ago above the 110.01 channel top. I just have that as a minor point. We're kind of finessing this right now. I have 112.23 as an intraday support level. If you look to the far right in the support resistance, that is the high of the low. And there's also a gap there that could be closed. So 112.23, solid intraday support, above which 118.57 is likely. 118.57 is a descending 1/3 speed line off that January high. I've used speed lines forever, for over 30 years. They are solid instruments for trend identification. My primary form of analysis is the channel structure, 107.76, 138.30, etc. But as a strong backup, 118.57 is great. That's 1/3 speed line for line studies or elements of resistance that I just can't find through the channel structure. So 118.57, we could trade inside the 112.23 to 118.57 area all day long. But if we push through or perhaps open above 118.57, 123.24 is in reach today where a daily high can be placed. Now, as you may recall, we've considered 123.24 to be a 1 to 2 week objective anyway, holding above 107.76. When we put the low out earlier in the week, 123.24 became the new rising 3/8 Fibonacci. And so it's been an objective anyway. And in fact, as you may recall, it was the settlement earlier in the week above the 110.01 channel top that has it as a 3 to 5 day target. Is it still a 3 to 5 day target? If we continue upward, certainly. If we happen to push through the 118.57 speed line, yeah, maybe even today. But what if we fall back to 110.01? You know, I think that kind of stalls the short-term bullish momentum out. We're then back into bottom picking, that 107.76 area. And, you know, if we break 112.23 today, we could test 107.76 today. And, of course, we've got the 110.01 channel top, just a minor point. So you can see here, we've got it all laid out. If you break 112.23, I think you can anticipate 107.76. 107.76, longer-term support, able to contain selling through April, quite possibly through the second quarter, and above which we are expecting the 138.30 channel top over the next 3 to 5 weeks. If we have a big rally today and close above 123.24, which is a long shot, but if so, we're just a couple of weeks away from reaching 138.30, where profits can be taken on a long position established in the 107 handle earlier this week, and you can play the short side 3 to 5 week traders from 138.30. I will say we don't have it mapped out here, but if you're holding above 107.76, I've been mentioning how this could also be a good low through the second quarter into later year. Yes, we're expecting 138.30 within 3 to 5 weeks, but this channel top at 159.98 in reach over the next several months, 2 to 3, 3 to 5 months. And yes, closing above 138.30 would present 159.98 as the next 3 to 5 week upside objective. Downside. Before I get into it, I want to mention that wickedstocks.com put out a stock pick on Thursday in Alphabet, Google, symbol GOOG. It's approaching significant area that can absorb selling, quite possibly through the second quarter. Nice rally could emerge if the pattern continues to play out from where we are right now as we move through the second quarter. And inversely, if we close below this particular point, we have a sell-off into April. And I'll just have you look at that. Go to wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. You'll see Alphabet that was put on Thursday, Home Depot on Tuesday, all the stock picks the last few weeks that are there to view, daily triple Q, daily SPY analysis, weekly Apple stock. Apple's also approaching a significant area. If you trade Apple, or if you're looking to trade or establish a position in Apple, you need to see our Apple analysis right now. Also, weekly S&P 500 and weekly NASDAQ 100 analysis. So go to wickedstocks.com and take advantage of that 5-day free trial. So if we close today below 107.76 by a 1% margin, that's 106.67 or lower, and that would be that would be almost a 10-point sell-off. It's happened before, but I'm not expecting it today. But if it did, if we close today at 106.67 or lower, I'm going with that as a sell signal that is likely to play out into actually through April trade. Now, of course, on the way down, we've got 102.96. And this channel bottom did roughly contain selling pressures earlier in the week, still a very respectable support level. And if you're reluctant to go short with a settlement below 107.76, if you would rather wait for a settlement below 102.96 for what I would call technical clarity on a longer term sell signal, be my guest. I have no problem with that. If we do happen to close today not only below 107.76 but below 102.96, then I'm expecting 76.89 over the next 1 to 2 months. Once again, depending on volatility, this could be a 2 to 3 week collapse. This could take the better part of 2 months. 76.89 is 2-year channel support, able to contain selling through the rest of the year, and from here we can round higher as we move through the rest of the year. But I don't want to spend a lot of time there because I really don't think that's going to happen. We've come off of 107.78 nicely as the market, as the indexes, presumably the triple Q, over the next few days, over the next few weeks, carves out a long-term low, perhaps. NVIDIA then has a kind of a green light for recovery. It may recover anyway. In fact, I was surprised, maybe you were as well, with the overall indexes, the triple Q, especially the NASDAQ 100, was getting hit hard, and NVIDIA just hung in there. And so it did not sell off. It has defied the index. And if we push through 118.57 today, 123.24 in reach. If we break 112.23, 107.76 in reach. That's for day traders. I'm going to leave it alone. That's all I've got. I will be back on Sunday, of course, with Monday's NVIDIA report. Please click like, share, subscribe, and have a great weekend.